All right, we're recording. I'm super excited. I feel privileged to be with you today. Rose, I'm just excited to be a support and a partner with you and your team. I know you're an incredible leader, an incredible woman. You know, the first thing I'll say is you all see what's on my shirt here. Can you read those letters? I hope they're big enough. CEO.
Yes, I'm excited to have that.
Yes. CEO is something I believe in. CEO means you are the CEO of your own life. And if we do anything, one thing that we can bring to people from the business side is a vision and a support and a team so that the people you know can be their own CEO. Because the more leadership you take in your life, the more opportunities you have to choose your life. And I'll tell you, I'm really passionate about a movement called CEO Women. CEO Women. Okay, Brady and I are the only guys on here right now, but I will tell you, if we are smart guys, we will support the women in our lives, right? And so part of what we're doing is CEO Women. Who are the women that you know that want to have more economic control in their lives? That's what this movement is about, and we're going to bring that to the Philippines. So, Rose, I would just wonder, and we've got Kyra, whose iPad is joining. Kyra, well, is that Kyra? Rose, is that how you pronounce it? Kyra. But Rose, can I just ask you a question before we start? This is your meeting, Rose. We're here because you're the leader. Do you just want to, you know, as we've got the recording going, do you mind just sharing your story or why you're here and what you want to accomplish, what you would want to tell people, you know, your friends, your family, your leaders?
Yes, I'm here with the Life Vantage because I want to help people, not only financially, but of course, the health condition to expand their life and to give a healthy living. That's why I'm inviting all the women, especially the women. I want to help not only in financial, but physically, mentally, and of course, spiritually.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. I see June welcomed too. Rose, are on your screen, are you seeing people join? Do you have your screen so you can, okay, perfect.
June is my brother.
Well, Rose.
June is my
June, hello.
brother.
Hi.
Good to have you on.
Good morning from here.
Good morning. As they would say in Japan, Ohayou gozaimasu. Rose, would it be good now for me to maybe show you some pictures, some slides, and we can talk about what we are going to bring to the Philippines, both from a product standpoint and then, of course, from the financial standpoint, and then the business standpoint. You know, how do we build? Would that be helpful? Would you like me to share that today?
And then again, sorry.
So we could start with questions that people have, or we can start by me giving a short presentation and basically telling the Life Vantage story. What would you like me to do?
I think it's better for me if you can give them a light explanation on about the company, the products, and of course the opportunity that you will be bringing to the Philippines. Okay,
let's do it. I'm going to go. And if I'm speaking too fast, Rose, just raise your hand and say, slow down, because I tend to get really excited about what we're doing. I love what Rose said. By the way, my name is Seth Mulder. I live in Utah in the United States, and I love what I'm doing. Just like Rose said, I want to help people. I became an entrepreneur 20 years ago because of really two things. Number one, I wanted to help my family. And number two, I wanted to help other people. And that led me to where I am here today. First of all, and Rose talked about this, she talked about wanting to help people physically, right? The physical aspect, our health. I'm going to tell you a really quick story. When I was born into this world, my mother was a single mother. I didn't have a father. I never knew my father. And when I was born, she decided that she was going to leave the big city where she was living by herself with me, her baby, and go back home, go back to her mother and father, my grandparents. And my mother grew up in a very country, rural community. My grandfather raised cows. That's what they did. They were cattle ranchers. And so when I was a young child, I got to grow up with my mother, my grandfather, my grandmother, and my aunts. And so there was a lot of women there. Okay, maybe that's why I love CEO women movement so much. There was a lot of women there. But I'll tell you, my grandfather was really the father figure in my life. When I was born, he was 57 years old. And every day I spent with my grandfather working on our ranch, taking care of cattle, taking care of fields, taking care of machinery, taking care of water, and playing. My grandfather taught me how to play as well. And as I grew up, my mom got married. We moved away from the farm. But I would go back every year, multiple times a year. I would go back in the summer. I would vacation with my grandparents. And I got a call when I was about 16, 17 years old that my grandfather wasn't doing very well, and that he had to be put, he had started to lose his mind. Okay, they call it dementia. And so, or Alzheimer's. And so he had to be put in a full-time care facility because he couldn't be watched by my grandmother. It wasn't possible. It wasn't safe. And I remember going and visiting him for the last time. And I remember how I was looking at this man that I loved so much, but he wasn't fully there, right? He was kind of gone. In a part of him had died, essentially. And I remember walking out of that medical facility the last time that I saw him alive, and feeling really hopeless and feeling really sad and maybe a little angry. And I share that story with you today because if I had in my hands the health technology that I have today, back then, I can 100% guarantee you that my grandfather would be taking these pills, that my grandfather would be on Protandim. And the science, the research, the results, what we know is that I'm just going to do a little muting here really quickly, that the science that we're bringing to the health world, to the Philippines next year, is maybe the #1 most effective and most important health promoting approach in the world. And I wish I could have had my grandfather on that. If I could have 10 minutes with my grandfather, I'd pay $10,000 right now. Just because you can't put a price on life, right? I fast forward, guys. I'm 46 now. I have 3 grandchildren. Another one on the way in March. Number 4 is coming in March. And so I personally take this product because I want to do everything I can, and I want to do the most important things I can to promote my health. So what I'm going to share with you today is that answer. Again, the most important health promoting approach on the face of the planet. I'm going to share some photos with you. So if you'll just bear with me, and I'm going to bring up a whole bunch of photos that I'm going to share. Okay. All right. Brady, can you give me a thumbs up if you see that picture that I shared? Okay. Rose, thumbs. Okay, great. So you guys can see my picture. Does anybody know who this picture is of? Anybody know this person? Somebody knows it. I muted y'all, so you'll have to unmute. You have to tap the screen to unmute it. Maybe I can unmute you all. Oh, go ahead.
Steve Jobs.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, this is Steve Jobs. I love this quote by Steve Jobs. This is what Steve said in 2006. He said, every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. Today, we are going to be talking about that product when it comes to one thing, your health. So first of all, what I want to talk about is there are a lot of products on the marketplace right now. Would you agree? I mean, when you go to the store, there are a lot of products. There are vitamins, there are minerals, there are pills, there are powders, there are capsules, there are tablets, there are juices, there are oils, right? I mean, there are a lot of products, and there's always something new, right? There's every 2 years or every 3 years, we get the new super herb or the new super plant that they never knew about, but now we know about. And what we are talking about today is not that. That's not what we're talking about. What we are talking about is a medical and scientific discovery that was 40 years in the making. But the beautiful thing is, we're not really talking about a product. We're talking about an approach to turn on the most important thing to your health. And the most important thing to your health is your own genetic code, right? We're actually talking about flipping a light switch, turning on the human body. So let me jump into that. And we'll go here. All right. This, did you see the new picture? June, thumbs up if you see this new picture. You guys got it? Brady, you got it? Okay. So this is a little sciencey, but I wanted to show you that how big the science is. This is from a university in the United States called Washington State University. They reviewed over 7,000 studies on one aspect of the human body. And that aspect is a little protein in every cell, 37 trillion cells in the human body. Every cell has tons and tons of this protein called NRF2. You can see that right in the middle of the screen, right? NRF2. NRF2 is a little protein that's like a light switch. And that light switch is responsible for turning on hundreds of genes in the DNA to keep you healthy, to protect your body. Well, this is what these researchers said. I'm going to quote, I'm just going to read the page. NRF2, the health effects of NRF2 may become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. And raising your NRF2, in other words, increasing, turning on NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach into the foreseeable future. Okay. So let me introduce to you a product that we discovered after 40 years of research. The product is called Protandim. Protandim NRF2. F2 synergizer. Okay. First thing I hope you would understand, this product is not NRF2. Okay. NRF2 is not a product. It is not an ingredient. NRF2 is a protein in the human body, in every single of our 37 trillion cells. All Protandim does is synergize. It turns it on. It wakes up your own NRF2. Why is that important? When you are 20 years old, your NRF2 is at the peak. It's at 100%. And when your NRF2 is at 100%, basically life is good, right? Brady is on here. He's 21 years old. Life was good last year, Brady. Okay. Last year it was good. But at 20 years old, the body is at 100%. At 21, it's no longer at 100%. It might be down to 99 or 98%. At 46, it might be down to 81%. At 65, it might be down to 72%. Okay. What we're talking about is the activity of the NRF2 protein in every single cell, in every human being in the world is declining. And one of the things, we don't have time to talk about everything today. There's literally hundreds of processes in the body that it affects. But one of those is protecting the cell, okay? Protecting the cell from damage. Now, I want to share a word with you. Do you guys see up here? I'm going to enlarge this. Do you see that word at the top left-hand corner? Oxidative stress. Okay. Thumbs up, Brady. You're kind of my go-to guy because you're on my screen. Oxidative stress. Okay. Oxidative stress is chemical aging in the body, in the cell. Okay. As the cell does its processes, every cell is living, the leftovers, the garbage, the junk, the poison, the cancer, right? Those things can all be attributed to something called oxidative stress. Oxidative stress in the cell is basically damage and aging, okay? At the age of 20 years old, there is a balance. Because NRF2 is high, oxidative stress is kept low, okay? But as we age and the NRF2 protection goes down, guess what happens to the oxidative stress? It goes up, okay? I'm going to look, will you look over here on the right side of the screen with me at this chart right here? Okay, that chart. If you look at that chart, I want you to look at the red bars, okay? And this chart moving from 0 to 20, 40, 60, 80, that's the age of a person, okay? The red bar shows the oxidative stress, the damage in a human body at 20 years old. And you can see it's not 0. It's not supposed to be 0, okay? If your oxidative stress is 0, you are dead, okay? Oxidative stress has to happen. But the key to health is to keep it balanced, to keep it low, okay? At 20 years old, it's low, it's balanced, it's acceptable. But look at what happens by the age of 40. Can you see how it's up about 50%? And you can see at the age of 60, it's up about 100%. And you can see about the age of 80, you know, it's 200 to 300% of what it was when we were low. Now, here's what happens. When your oxidative stress goes up, your quality of life goes down, because oxidative stress is happening where? Every single cell in the human body. 37 trillion cells in the whole body. Trillions of cells in the brain, the liver, the heart, the skin, the skeleton, right? The bones, the muscles, okay? The immune system. Every one of those is associated with oxidative stress. Interestingly enough, if we were to research oxidative stress and any disease that you know, right? Every disease that you know of, you would probably find not just a few studies, but many studies, or tens of thousands of studies that connect oxidative stress to every issue you know. We're not going to talk about cancer on this call. We're not going to talk about heart disease or diabetes or back pain or inflammation. Those are all the things that people actually experience, right? But the power of Protandim is that we're not going to talk about the diseases. We're going to talk about the root problems of aging and decline, and that is oxidative stress, okay? So we're going to go back to this chart right here, guys, okay? So what does Protandim do? Protandim is just going to activate NRF2 in your body. How does it do that? It does it with 5 natural ingredients, okay? 5 extracts from 5 different herbs in a very specific recipe, a very specific formula. Every single pill in every single bottle is the exact same. And we've been able to patent that 13 times around the world, by the way. Okay, there are 13 patents. There is nothing else like this in the world, and nothing else can be made like it in the world. Protandim wakes up your NRF2 within 24 hours to start doing more than it did yesterday. Okay, and then I'm going to show you that again. We're going to go back to this chart. Okay, NRF2 wakes up. It cleans up the body. It cleans up the cell. And the result is that your body starts to do what it did when it was 20 years old. So let's look at this chart again. We're going to look now again. The people without Protandim are the red bars. The people who took Protandim are the blue bars. Okay, so a 40-year-old that takes Protandim has the same level of oxidative stress that they did when they were 20 years old. Same with a 60-year-old, actually, same with an 80-year-old. After taking Protandim, we can't tell the difference between 20-year-old blood and an 80-year-old person's blood when it comes to the damage, when it comes to measuring oxidative stress. Okay, that's what Protandim does. That's what makes it different. How is this different than a vitamin or a mineral or a supplement or an antioxidant? Okay, the difference is this: one antioxidant, right? Vitamin C, vitamin E, or an antioxidant from a pill, right? Or from a tree, or from a flower, or from whatever, or from a juice. One antioxidant can only kill one free radical, one of the bad guys in the body. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you're taking lots of vitamin C, or you're taking a super supplement, or you're taking an antioxidant juice, each one of those molecules can only negate or neutralize one free radical. The problem with that is that there are so many free radicals causing oxidative stress that it would be almost physically impossible to get all those vitamin C's to the bad guys. You just can't take enough. What NRF2 does, NRF2 is not an antioxidant. What NRF2 does is turn on the body's own defense mechanisms. They're called enzymes, antioxidant enzymes inside the cell. Okay, so again, this is the difference. Taking vitamin C and sending it through the body to try to get to the bad guys is different than the body turning on the police inside its own police right inside the cell. One antioxidant enzyme inside the human cell can actually neutralize not one free radical, but 1,000,000 free radicals in 1 second. Let me paint a picture for you. Oxidative stress is like having a building on fire. Can you imagine that? Like, let's imagine your home is on fire, like it's a blaze. Taking antioxidants to try to get healthy, to put out the fires inside the body, is like taking 1 cup of water and running to that fire at your house, which is all ablaze, and throwing 1 cup of water on the fire. Did it do something? Yes. Is it going to change the outcome? No. Turning on your own antioxidant enzymes, 1 to 1,000,000 inside the human body, is like taking 10 fire trucks with hoses and drenching the fire. That's the science that we're talking about. I'm sharing analogies because we're talking about your health and science stuff. Let's keep it simple, right? Why do I need this? But when we talk about the science, if you look down here at all of these universities, the American Heart Association, Harvard University, frankly, the US government and the National Institute of Health have all studied this product right here, Protandim. It is the most widely studied supplement in the world that has proven to actually work. So that is Protandim. This is the product. When I saw this, I've been in the nutrition industry and health and wellness for 30 years, 33 years now. I started in 1987. I've seen a lot of products. I will tell you, the first thing I thought of when I saw the bottle, the first thing I thought of was, oh boy, here's another vitamin product, right? In fact, I was not excited. There's just so many products. Why should I be excited about this? I turned the bottle over and I looked at the ingredients and I said to myself, there's nothing special here. There isn't. These are 5 herbal ingredients that are used all around the world. There's nothing special. But when those 5 ingredients in a specific ratio, in a specific recipe, come together, they do something unique that we've never seen before. They turn on NRF2. And so, although my first look, I said, no, thank you. When I saw the video, and if you guys haven't seen the video, Rose, if they haven't seen the video, we'll get the link. But when I saw the video, I said, oh my goodness, this is something different. This is something new. I have to do 2 things. Number 1, I have to take this. Number 2, I have to share this. So that's my own personal story about how I found the product, why I think it's important, and why you should want to know about this. There are 27 independent studies on Protandim NRF2. It has been tested, it has been tried, and it has been confirmed to do what nothing else in the world has ever been proven to do. That's all I want to say about the product today. We could talk for hours on the product, but it's so important that we just keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple. You need to watch the video if you haven't yet. Watch that ABC News video. I'm going to, and boy, we've had a bunch of people join. I didn't see everybody joining because I was sharing my screen, but welcome everybody. Good to have you on. Glad you're here. Rose, I'm going to switch now and talk about the company and the business side of things. Is that okay? Okay. All right. I'm going to share some pictures with you here again. Just bear with me. And I want to talk about the business side of things. All right. I just need to click on every one of these pictures and share them with you. There we go. All right. Can you see that? Brady, thumbs up if you see my screen. Okay. So first of all, let me share with you just the name of the company is LifeVantage. LifeVantage is a US company. We are currently an international company operating in about 15 different countries, North America, Europe, and Asia. We're in when I speak of North America, the US, Canada, Mexico, we're probably in 7 to 8 countries, maybe 10 countries now in Europe. We're in Asia, in Japan, in Thailand, Australia, New Zealand. We're just launching Singapore, Malaysia, and I'm working with the company. I am a distributor. I am not a company employee. I am a distributor, and because I want to be independent, right? Rose is a distributor. She wants to be independent so that we can basically be our own CEOs. I've been with the company personally for 11 years. Why did I choose LifeVantage? Okay. Number one, I chose LifeVantage because of the product. Okay. This product was something that I wanted to take and share. Number two, I chose LifeVantage because it is a publicly traded company. Okay. What that means is LifeVantage is traded on the NASDAQ. Are you guys familiar with the NASDAQ? There are 2 basic big stock exchanges in the United States, the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. In order to be a publicly traded company, you have to publicly report your numbers. You got to tell the truth. All right. You have to do things that will protect the shareholders and the stakeholders. And that was important to me because if I'm going to put my name on something and my reputation, I want the best chance that everybody's telling the truth, right? There's another reason. And in a publicly traded company, if you can buy stock in America on the stock exchange, you can be a shareholder, right? So I own shares in this company. Okay. That was important to me. I'm an owner. I'm not just a distributor, I'm an owner. Third reason I joined LifeVantage is because of the compensation, the way that we get paid, a way that people could actually make money. I'm going to share that with you in the next segment, and I'm going to show you how money is created. But those were the 3 ways. I wanted something that was really going to help people. And LifeVantage, frankly, this was my dream business. LifeVantage had everything I really ever wanted. So LifeVantage is not currently operating in the Philippines, but I have been working with the company for the past almost 2 years to prepare the company to launch the Philippines market officially. Okay, officially. Now, what that means is it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for the company to go. They have to make investments into the marketplace. They'll need to open up an office, at least one. They'll start with one. Maybe they'll have others, right? They have to open up offices. They have to first of all, they have to register the company in the Philippines, legal work. They have to register the product. They have to make sure that the product is going to be approved. All of the ingredients, all of the labeling are going to be approved for that specific market, the Philippines, right? They have to hire staff. They have to hire customer service. All of those things the company has to do in order to launch the market effectively. That's number one. Number two, it's a lot of work for me and for you. We have to go and tell the story, right? In order to launch the market, we have to start doing the work before the launch happens, so that when the launch happens, we have hundreds or thousands of people who already know about this and who are excited about this and who want to talk about this, who want to talk about the product, who are ready to do the business. That's where we are right now, okay? I want to share you a quick story. I did this a few years ago. I've done this for several markets. I did this in the United States, okay? And I took about 90 days before the company opened. I didn't have any product to sell. I couldn't sell the product because it wasn't available to sell yet. I couldn't make any money, okay? All I could do was tell the story and gather people. Tell the story and gather people. And we gathered, what was it? I don't know, somewhere around 300 maybe, 300 to 500. I don't even know the specific numbers. 300 to 500 people. So that 90 days later, 3 months later, I did over 100,000. The day one, I had collected papers, applications, applications from distributors. We did over $100,000 in sales. I did in my first day with my team. Okay. That was in the United States. I learned from that experience. And so I talked to the company and I said, we need to take this to Japan. I've lived in Japan. I did my church ministry for 2 years as a volunteer minister and minister of the gospel. I took that to Japan and served as a volunteer and taught. And 15 years later, I went back to Japan with this company, and I talked to my friends and I said, I have the most amazing thing. Do you want to do this with me? No product. I couldn't sell any product because the company was still in the process of preparing it, right? But I could go over there and talk and gather, talk and gather. And so over a 6-month time period with my friends in Japan, we talked and gathered and talked and gathered, and we all signed applications saying, yes, we want product. And 6 months later, we turned in 500 applications. And we did $200,000 to $300,000 to $400,000 in sales in our very first day. Okay. By the way, today, that team of people in Japan, my team of people in Japan, does over $30 million in product a year. I built the foundation of that in 6 months. Okay, the foundation, not all of it. I didn't build all of it, but I built the foundation in 6 months, and it's changed my life. I've done the same thing, and my teams have done the same thing in Australia and in Thailand. And guess what? I'm really passionate about a country, and I know Brady is, and Rose, I know you are, called the Philippines, because people in the Philippines have the same needs that people in the United States and people in Japan have. People in the Philippines are struggling with their health. People in the Philippines have, all of those health struggles that I'm not going to name them all, right? People in the Philippines are also like me. They may not be sick right now, but they don't want to get sick. And so they want to do something to protect their body, to increase their immune system, to strengthen their body so that they don't get those problems, right? Just like people in the United States. There are people in the Philippines, just like me, just like you, who need and want to make more money. I can tell you, when I started this type of business, I started because I wanted a little extra money. I mean, everybody wants to make a lot, I know, but I really needed to make a little, because a little money can make big differences in your life. And if, I know people in the Philippines make some money and maybe they are able to save a little money, and then something happens and they have to spend it all. And they go back to work to make a little money. And then somebody in their family gets sick and they spend it so that they can get them better. And then they make a little money and their motorcycle breaks down and they got to spend it to fit, right? And so I want to create a team to bring this opportunity to the Philippines, a product that can change people's health and a business that can change people's lives. So I'm showing you here a page. I'm going to go back to the page on here. What do we do right now, today? So I'm working with the company and they're very positive about going to the Philippines officially. They have appointed a vice president of Australia and Philippines. So we have an executive who works at the company. She's based in Sydney, Australia. Her name is Pamela Ferry. She is the vice president of the Philippines because we are prepping to go to the Philippines. Okay. How long is this going to take? I don't know for sure, but my best guess is sometime next year. I'm hoping May or June. Maybe they can do it so it's April. Maybe it gets pushed back so it's July or August. I don't know for sure. And it wouldn't be right for me to tell you it's going to be this month because I don't know for sure. Okay. Nobody knows for sure, by the way. Nobody. It's just one of those things that, just like when I started Japan, I didn't know that it was going to be 6 months. It was going to be 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, however long it took. But what I can assure you is that the company is working on it. They're going to register they're working on registering the product and the business, okay, and the offices. But we'll know more, every day, every week, every month, it'll be closer. I'm personally targeting what I know. I think May or June. We'll see, but that's what's in my mind right now. Okay. So what can we do right now? Same thing that I did in the US and Japan and Thailand. Talk, share the story, and gather people. Sign the application. That's it. Tell the story, gather your team, and sign the application. What do I mean by tell the story? Start talking to people about this product and the opportunity, okay? And we'll show you how to do that. We've got a video for you to see. We're going to make a very simple brochure, okay? I'm working on that, Rose, okay? And we're going to do this meeting that we're doing right now, okay? They won't all be this long, by the way. This is the first one with you, okay? But that's it. We're going to share the story. We're going to gather people. And that's what this document that you see in front of you, this is how you gather people. When somebody says, yes, okay, I want to do this business with you, then you're going to write their name down. And what I mean by there at the very top where it says under my team, it has that first blank space. That's where you write your name. You're the leader of your business. You're the CEO, okay? That's what I did. I said, I'm going to start. And your job, guys, is to go find 3 people who want to do the business with you. 3 people who want to change their financial life, okay? And when they say yes, you're going to write their name in there. Does that make sense? Okay? Then what are we going to do? You are going to go help those 3 people to go do what? Find their 3 people. Does that make sense? So I'll give you an example, right? If I was to draw this chart, I'm going to write my name at the top. And I'm going to write Rose's name right there in level 1. Rose, thank you. I believe in you. But I'm here on this phone call today because I'm here to help. I'm not done just because Rose said yes. I'm here to help Rose find her first 3 people. Okay? What if she has 6? Then she's going to get 2 of these pieces of paper, right? And she's going to have 6. Okay? So all we can do right now is share the story, gather people, and have them sign to say, yes, I want to do this. Now, I want to share something with you. What about the product? Okay, I'm going to tell you about the product. We're going to go share this story, and this is what's going to happen because I've done this time and time again. You're going to share this story, and when you share this story, share the whole story. Hey, number 1, I am bringing a brand new product to the Philippines next year. It's the world's most important product. Here's what it is. Number 2, there's a business that we can make money by sharing this product. And here it is. That's what I'm doing tonight with you. Okay. That's the whole story, both pieces. Okay. If a person says, after they hear everything, they say, I just want that product next year. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to write their name down, and they're your first customer. Okay. They will be your first customer when the product comes in. They don't want to do anything now. That's okay. They're your first customer in June of next year. You're going to save a bottle for them. And you're saying, I'm going to get a bottle for you. Are you going to buy it? And they say, yes, that's your first customer. Okay. And the next person you talk to, and you say, here's the product and here's the business. Do you want to come with me? And they say, yes, I just want the product. I need the product. Then guess what? That is your second customer. You're going to write their name down. Okay. The next person you talk to, here's the product. Here's the business. Are you in with me? And they say, yes, I'm in with you. That's your business person. Okay. And that's the person that you write here in this chart right there. Does that make sense? Okay. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to go talk to a bunch of people. It's very simple. You're going to find 25 people who only want the product. And you're going to write all of their names down because they're telling you, I am your customer next year. And you're going to find 3 people who want to do everything with you. They want the opportunity. They are leaders. You're going to write their names in this spot and that spot and that spot. Okay. Guess what? You now have 25 customers and 3 distributors. Next year, by the way, you can't buy anything right now, right? You can't buy anything right now. Even if you sign the agreement that's saying, I'm going to do this, you can't buy anything. All you can do is share and gather. So next year, let's say it's June 1st, you're able to buy your kit, okay? Your platinum pack, your platinum business pack, that's $1,300 US, okay? $1,300 US. And I don't have a price on product yet, guys. It's going to be around $50 for one bottle because that's what it is in the United States. And it's about that in Thailand. Okay. So that's the 1 month supply is about $55 US. You're going to get around, and again, I don't have the details yet. It doesn't matter. Don't wait for the details. You're going to get around, let's just say 25 or 26 or 27 bottles of Protandim. Okay. And guess what? As soon you're going to pay for that platinum business, you're going to get those bottles and already done. You already have 25 customers who are going to buy all of those bottles, except one, your bottle, right? You have to take this, okay? So the beautiful thing about what I'm teaching you here is it costs you nothing but time right now. And day one of this business, you're already 25 customers who are going to buy all of that product. There is zero reason that you should not be able to start with a platinum pack. Okay, so let's take it to the next step. Watch this. This is where it gets exciting. One person, you have 25 customers and 3 distributors. What to do now? Duplicate. Duplicate. Do it again. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your 3 distributors and help them to do what? Tell the story and gather. And they're going to find 25 customers. When they find a customer, they're going to take this paper, turn it over, write their name down. You're my first customer, right? Yes, I will get your first bottle. Okay. I'm committing these people right now. Will you take the first bottle? Yes. Okay. Will you take the second bottle? Yes. I'm going to get my 25 customers, and then you're going to help them get their 3 distributors. What would that look like? You would now have 3 distributors, 25 personal customers, plus 75 of their customers. Do you see that? So now you have really in your team, my team, 4 distributors, you plus 3, 4 distributors, 100 customers. That's powerful. What do you do next? You're going to help your 3 distributors to do what? Each get 25 customers and 3 distributors. Rose, does this make sense? Okay. This is super simple, guys. If you follow this system, just filling out this page, you will have 40 distributors. 40 distributors and several thousand customers. Over 1,000 customers. Okay. That's a powerful business. Okay. So if you do this, my goal is to help you get 100 distributors. Okay. So you have to do this paper a couple of times. If you do 100 distributors, okay, each with 25 customers, you will start your business faster than I started it. And hopefully you'll go make more money than I will. Okay. That's what I want you to do, Rose, Brady, everybody on here. I want you to go make more money than I did. Okay. So let me share. I'm just going to really quick show. That's what we're going to do now. I'm going to show you how the compensation plan works, because I think it's important that you know how you're going to get paid. Don't trust me only. I want you to look at the numbers. I want you to be as strong as me, okay, in knowing what we have. You are the CEO. There are 8 ways that you can make money. Number 1, retail profit. In other words, when we get product next year, there are people who are just going to buy that product straight. You can do that. Okay. Number 2, Smart Start bonus. Okay. Smart Start bonus. Here's what this is. Every time you bring a new person, a new customer, or a new distributor, whatever they purchase month number 1, you're going to earn a commission. Okay. So here's how it works. I'm not going to go into all the details. I'm just going to focus right here on this 200 PV. Okay. But here's the deal. And somebody, you are going to make 20 or 25% of their first order. Okay. So again, you sign up 3 distributors in June, you're going to make 25% of each of their orders. You're going to make hundreds of dollars on every one of those purchases. Okay. Also, people above you, your support team is also going to make 3 or 4 or 5% on all of those orders. Why is this important? This is important because you need to be paid the most for recruiting new people, but you also need to make sure, we need to make sure that the people supporting you, right, are making money, because you're going to go support people and you need to make money from that. So that's Smart Start bonus. Number three, launch bonus. Every time you sponsor a distributor and they buy their package, right, their business package, as an upline, you're going to make 5% of that, okay? Because you're the first upline. And then upline above you, your support team above you, up to 6 levels are also going to get a percentage of that, okay? What that means is this: I'm going to be getting a percentage to help you build. And so I'm going to do lots of these meetings for you, okay? I'm incentivized to help you make money. I might get 1%, because I'm maybe you're level 6, you're going to get 5%, right? Or 4% because you're closer to the volume. Number 4, this is the biggest way right here. The biggest way, Unilevel Commission. We're going to get paid up to 9 levels deep, okay? So imagine that you go find 3 people and 25 customers, who then find 3 people each and 25 customers, who then find 3 people each. You're going to get a percentage of each of those levels. So the first level there, you're going to make 2%. 2% on every repeat order. On the second level, you're going to make 5% of every repeat level. On the third level, every repeat order, excuse me. On the third level, you're going to make 9% of every order. Now, hold on, stop. Let's think about this. What if you have 100 people's order? Remember, you had 100 customers, you have 25 personal customers, or 100 customers in your team, or 1,000 customers. Can you imagine? You're making 2% or 5% or 9% on 25 orders, on 100 orders, on 1,000 orders. These are small percentages on a lot of orders. Does that make sense? You just shake your head if it makes sense. I'll explain this. I personally have 60,000 orders in my team. 60,000, okay? Now, they all don't fall within the 9 levels. Some of them are below my 9 levels, okay? So I don't get paid on them. That's okay. But I've got thousands upon thousands of orders in my 9 levels that I make 2% or 5% or 9% on every single order, every single month, no matter what. That's really powerful, okay? The next bonus, matching bonus, okay? What this says is, for every distributor that you have, remember those 3 distributors you put on your front level? Whatever they make in this bonus, Unilevel, whatever they make on their first or second or their 9 levels, whatever your distributors make on their 9 levels, you're going to match it 10%, okay? 10%. So you're going to match 10% of each of those 3 people's checks. Well, Rose asked me recently, Seth, do I have to stop at 3 people? No, you don't have to stop at 3 people. So Rose, if you go find 9 people, you're going to make 10% on every one of those 9 persons' checks every single month, okay? That continues on. So down to the next generation, you're going to make 5% check match on the 2nd generation, and on the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th generation. Well, guys, if you really do the math, you start realizing, well, you could actually have 5 people on your 1st generation, 25 on your 2nd, 50 on your 3rd, 100 on your 4th, and maybe 200 people. That's like several hundred people, distributors, and you're matching 5 or 10% of every one of their Unilevel checks, okay? That is significant, okay? Number 6, global elite bonus pool. Listen up. This is fun. everything I've shared with you up to now has been based on your efforts, your personal recruiting, or your personal team. Global Elite Bonus Pool is more than that. Once you build your business to level 7, okay, every time you grow your business, the more people with more product, you're going to go from level 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, Pro 1, all the way through Master Pro 10, okay? When you hit Pro 7, okay, and by the way, the business that I just taught you, 100 distributors, okay, 100 distributors will get you to Pro 7 in your first month, all right? 100 distributors who each buy that platinum pack for 25 customers. That's what I did my first 90 days. That will take you to Pro 7. What we do is the company takes 4% of every sale, every product purchased every month globally. So every product in Japan, US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, 4% of that goes into a bonus pool. How do you get into the bonus pool? You get to Pro 7, okay? So they take the 4% in one pool and then divide that into 4 1% pools. So now there are 4 smaller pools and they pay it out every month. The first pool is divided equally between everybody who's at level 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's like a big piece of pie, right? A big pizza. And they all, is there pizza in the Philippines, Brady? I should probably, maybe not, maybe a little. You know what I'm talking about. It's a big round piece of, a big round pie. Everybody at 7, 8, 9, and 10 gets an equal share of that, okay? I will tell you today, that one share, that one piece of pie is worth $1,200 US every month. I get that piece every month, okay? Next, the next piece of the pie is split equally between everybody at 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and that piece is worth about $2,300. So if you're watching this, what you realize, if you were at Pro 8, you got 2 pieces of the pie, right? If you're Pro 7, you got the 1. How do you get another piece of the pie? Grow from 7 to 8. Okay. The next piece of the pie is split equally between everybody at the 9 and 10 level, okay? That piece of pie today is worth about $7,000 to $8,000 US every month. So if you're a Pro 9, you're getting a $7,000 piece of pie and a $2,300 piece of pie and a $1,200 piece of pie. As an example, those pies change every month because of the pool, right? But they're pretty consistent, okay? Now, the last piece of pie is split equally between all of the Pro 10s in the world. And there aren't very many Pro 10s. And so that piece of the pie is over $10,000 US a month, sometimes $20,000 a month. Okay, that's the global bonus pool. I'll tell you why I love this pool. This pool means that you can be in the Philippines and build your own personal team, but then you can get a share of the entire world success of the company. That's a little about the heart. That shows you the heart of the company and the heart of, you know, when I helped design this compensation plan. We really want to help people. And the more you grow, the more you help, the more you help, the more you earn. Next bonus. Okay, there are some one-time rank achievement bonuses. Okay, what that means is that once you get to Master Pro 10, well, actually, at Elite Pro 7, you get $25,000 US, a check for $25,000 they hand to you. Okay, when you get to Master Pro 10, that's what I am right now. That used to be the top. It's no longer the top, but it used to be the top. Master Pro 10, you get 100,000 US dollars. Okay. The next rank, Executive 10, $250,000 one-time bonus, and Presidential Master Pro 10, $500,000. That's $500,000 US dollars. Okay. Last, multiple business centers. As you build your business, you pay to get your first spot, your first business center. When you get to Pro 7, the company will give you another business center for free. And you can use that business center to maximize profits in your organization. I'm not going to explain everything there, but once you get to Pro 5, you get your first extra business center. When you get to Pro 7, you get your second. And when you get to Pro 10, you get your third. Okay. So that's a quick explanation. I want to show you this. These are the real numbers of what people are actually making right now in the United States. Okay. At every level of the company. So I want to look at this with you. Look at distributor right there at the top. Okay. Look at the third column. Average monthly commissions. Our average distributor, and again, there are no qualifications to be a distributor other than you buy the product. Okay, they make $7 a month. The average Pro 1 makes $61 a month. The average Pro 2 makes $242 a month. I want to ask you a question. Well, the average Pro 3 makes $626 US dollars a month. Right there, $626. What would $600 a month do in the Philippines? Would that make a difference in people's lives?
If I can add, Seth, that's para sa inyo mga Pilipino, 31,000 pesos po yan. 31,000 pesos po ang if $626.
Pro 3. Thank you, Brady. That's why you're here, Brady. Thank you. These are the average incomes, guys. Okay. You don't have to be a Pro 7 or a Pro 10 to make a difference in our company. Of course, if you want to go for it, go for it. Let's go do it together. But one of the beautiful things about LifeVantage compensation plan is that people, a lot of the compensation plan pays people at the beginning and in the middle. And that doesn't always happen in this industry. A lot of times money is saved for people at the top. And this compensation plan is designed to pay people as much as they can in the middle, but to still incentivize you to grow if you want to. If you look at Pro 4, Pro 5, Pro 6, Pro 7 income, okay? Let me share, do you see this Pro 7 income? You see that? 13,000 US dollars. Brady, are you going to translate that for me again? He's doing the calculation right now.
650,000 pesos, Filipino pesos.
So 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, the average Pro 7 was 10,000 US dollars. Today, the average is 13,000. Over time, I have seen these numbers, these average numbers increase. Okay, it's a great place to be. Average Pro 10, you can see those numbers there. You see but these are great numbers and they start early. Okay. So do you remember the plan that I showed you? My team, that chart that I showed you? You start, you go get 3, get 3, get 3. If you do that one plan with the platinum pack, the $1,300 pack, 25 bottles, you start with that. And everybody on that page, that's 40 people that starts with that. Day 1, month 1, you will be right in between Pro 5 and Pro 6. You will qualify as a Pro 5, but you'll be really close to Pro 6, okay? it is possible if we start now, if you use your time, again, in 90 days, 3 months, I became Pro 7 in the United States with 3 months of time and no product and no money to make. You have 5, 6, 7, 8 months. I don't know what the time is. We have as much time as we have, but let's just say 6 to 7 months. I believe there will be people in the Philippines who will hit Pro 7 and Pro 8, maybe Pro 9 in the first month. So if you're writing this down, I'm going to give you some numbers, okay? If you want to be Pro 5, okay, if you want to be Pro 5, month number 1, you would need 20 people, 20 distributors who enroll with a platinum pack. Again, the 25 bottle pack, right? If you wanted to be Pro 6, it would be 50 distributors. Pro 7, 100 distributors. Pro 8, 200 distributors. And Pro 9, 500 distributors. So I told you when I started the US, I hit Pro 7. I had over 100 distributors, okay? Later, when I launched Japan, I had over 500 applications, close to Pro 9 volume, okay? What can you do? Let's go find out. Let's go find out what you can do. But on this team, I want to see elites. Rose, I believe that you have elites, elite Pro 7s, Pro 8s, Pro 9s, 100, 200 people, you know, who want to be distributors. It is possible. It has been done before. It is possible. It has been done before, and it will be done again. So I'll go to work with you if that's what you want to do. With that, I'm going to stop the screen. I think that's the end. Yeah, that's the end of my slides. Whew. Anybody else sweating? Man, I'm sweating because I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'll tell you something though. I'm going to share a secret. When I started the US, I didn't know what I know today. I didn't know what I'm sharing with you right now. I would have done it differently. And that's what I'm teaching you right now. Okay. Like when I started, I didn't write down my 25 customers, right? I would go do that. Like if I could go back in time in a time machine, I would do what I am teaching you right now. So that's what I'm doing. Rose is one of my 3. She's my big hitter. And I am here to help Rose find her 3. And then to help those 3 find their 3. And I promise you that I will get on meeting after meeting after meeting if you want this. Because you can change your life in 6 months of hard work. You can do in 6 months what you may not have done in your entire lifetime. I know that's true because I've done it several times in this business. And I'm going to do it again with you in the Philippines. So, thank you. God bless you. May God bless us. We're going to go help a lot of people. I'm all about business. I'm all about business. But business isn't business unless you're actually helping people and changing lives. Rose, is there anything that you want to say? You're muted, Rose. You're muted. Hold on. There you are, Rose.
Yes, thank you so much. And we appreciate really so much for your effort. And we hope to work in the future. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Rose. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Hello.
Hi, Lucy.
Lucy and Cora. Cora, you meet in Thailand.
Yes. Yes. It's been
Lucy
a
is the
few
mother of
months.
Maggie. Lucy is the mother of Maggie. You also meet there.
Okay. Wonderful.
We will be working so hard with this pandemic time.
Well, and that's okay. Reality. There is a pandemic, right? There is always a way. There is always a way. I'll tell you, my business in Japan, there's a pandemic in Japan, right? There's a pandemic all around the world, but my Japan business is moving forward. They're using the phone. They're meeting people when they can. They're using computers where they can. You know, my business in the US is growing. We're using the computers. We're using Zoom like this meeting right here. We're still meeting some people face to face. I can do that. You can, I promise you that even with a crazy, well, I will tell you this, because of the pandemic, we need to do this, right? Because of the pandemic, we
You
need
have
to
to
do
take
this.
advantage. You have to take
Yes.
advantage of the pandemic. But
Yes.
can I ask something?
Yes.
Can you send us a tool for video? Invite people or sell the product, opportunity.
Yeah.
You want
A video?
tool? Yes, yes.
Yeah. What kind of video do you want?
For the product that we can send to our customers, to
Okay.
our recruit.
Okay, so let me show you something. Have I shown you this video, Rose? I thought I did. Let me see if I can pull this up. I have an 8-minute video about the product that is amazing. Okay, it is a YouTube link. You can send it to all your friends. I'm going to send it to you, Rose, because I can't share it right now. It won't let me share. When do I share? Google Drive box? Yeah, bookmark. Hold on. Just 1 second, guys. Let me open up my YouTube, and I think I can get this for you. Hold on just a second. All right. I just copied the URL. Let's see if it will take it here. All right. Come on, load. Can you see my screen? Okay. You can't hear that, but can you see that? Rose, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a video that we've created that talks about Protandem. Okay. It's very powerful. It shows the science. It shows the first original study. It shows the blood. It shows some of the things that have been shown in the United States with celebrities who've been on it and further research. Okay. So I am going to send you this URL, this video link. And this is on our team YouTube channel. We have a CEO YouTube channel. Okay. So I will send this through to you, Rose. And if you'll you know what? And here's actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the chat box. I'm going to send it to you, Rose, but anybody can copy and paste it if they want. Do you see that? I just put it in the chat box. So this is a video that you can share with anybody that will talk to them about the power of Protandem. This is the video that I first saw that changed my mind about everything. Okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Are there any other questions?
How about you guys? Do you have questions? Lucy, Cora, Nilin, you have questions? They're still shy.
I know.
If you have questions you want to ask in Tagalog, I can translate for you as well. I know you get nervous sometimes to speak English.
Awesome.
It's a
Brady,
Filipino thing.
Brady speaks Tagalog. If anybody has, you feel free to speak Tagalog.
Lucy, pwede rin mag-Tagalog. Cora, Nilin.
Lucy, you're muted. Let me unmute you. Lucy, go ahead and unmute your phone. Unmute your. There you go.
No
Lucy.
question.
Okay. Well, Rose, I want to thank you. This looks like a good group of people. I mean, Fellman, Kyra, Lane, Lynn, Lucy, Eva, June, and whoever's on the media pad. It doesn't say their name, but congratulations, Rose. This is our first international meeting. One thing I want to make sure you know is we can do these meetings regularly. So my plan for you is that you can go now. You can share, you can start to talk to people, send them that link to the video, okay? And start sharing, and then bring those people to our next meeting, right? Today we have 10 people on here, 11 people on here. And if everybody brings 3 or 4 or 5 people, next time we'll have 50 people on here, right? So bring them back here. We'll tell them the story, and we'll just go to work. If you do that every single week, every day you'll talk to people, and every week we'll build, you can literally build a team of 20 or 50 or 100 or 200 or 500 people the day we launch. I want to make you a promise. If you go to work and if you just go to work and work really hard and take advantage of this time, you will never regret the work that you put in to do this. But what I can also tell you from personal experience, that you will look back after everything's passed, a year from now, you will look back and you will say, why didn't I work harder? If I knew what I knew now, I would have worked harder. My business today, 10 years later, might be twice as big if I would have worked 30 or 40% harder or smart. If I knew what I knew today and I could go back, my business might be twice as big as it is today. So today, all you can do is what you can do, but do all you can do. Okay?
Can I
All
ask
right.
something?
Yes, Rose.
I'd be very interested if you may. Can you share how much is the minimum you are earning?
I'll tell you. The average Pro 10 makes about $100,000 US a month.
Wow.
The average Pro 10. Now, I will tell you honestly that right now, I'm a little below average. Okay, I'm a little below average, but it's still a lot of money. I will tell you this. I'm gonna work with the Philippines, and then I'm gonna be a little above average Pro 10. Okay. Let's go to work.
Thank you so much, and we really appreciate your effort in doing this meeting, and we hope to be working forward.
Yes, sounds great. Love you all. God bless you, and I will see you. I'll see you next week. Let's do another one, Rose. Rose, we'll do another one next week. And we'll talk about the timing of it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Brady.
Brady, stick around if you will, Brady.